Back in the garage then for one final time in this series, getting the 5-speed Type 9 gearbox conversion into the MG Midget. Engine and gearbox is in then, so just need to dress that to get it to run. But before I do that, I've got to get the prop shaft back in to connect to the rear differential. So it's back underneath the car, slide this down the tunnel, get this end to go into the gearbox, and then reconnect the diff flange with the 4 bolts. Prop shaft then cut to fit, so just a case of putting 4 bolts in here in order to connect that to the differential. Easy job. Some hours later then, all the inductions fitted, exhaust marked up, catch tank back on. Just need to fit the battery at the back there. Alternators fitted down here, ignition all done, starter motor back on, oil, cooler done, ignition. So last jobs remaining, bleed the clutch, bleed the brakes, put some oil in the gearbox, put some oil in the engine, and in theory, we're good to go. Right, so let's close that up. Now it's all done. And get out on the road. Right then, so car's back together again. Let's see what difference 5 gears makes. Go, that takes about 500 reps. That's the engine. All done then. The Midget now has 5 gears. So I guess the question that everyone wants to know is, was it worth it? Well, let's start by adding up the bills. In total, it's probably cost about £1,500 to put the 5-speed gearbox in. You can offset selling some of your older components against that, of course. So in reality, by the time you've done that, you're probably looking at somewhere between £500 and £1,000 to do it. And you know what? At that money, I absolutely think it's worth doing. If you've got a road car, having that extra 5th gear so the engine isn't screaming at 3,000-4,000 revs when you're trying to rock along at 60-70 miles an hour, I think it's really nice. It could make a Midget into a really drivable road car. But as for being a sprint car, absolutely chuffed to bits that I've done that. Really interested in the first gear, the 2.98 first gear versus the 3.2 for a standard Ribcase gearbox against the 3.65 for a standard first gear in the Type 9. I think that works well. I think that's well worth the upgrade while I was doing it. Really pleased I've done that. The short shifter, going to take a little bit of getting used to. It's actually quite a short throw. A little bit worried about ramming it into the wrong gear, especially when you're under pressure. But I guess time will tell. But it feels nice. It's a good position in the car. I don't think you need to spend the extra money to have the shortened gearbox. I think with a little bit of tunnel modifications, it's still a really nice position for the gear stick to make it a really usable car. The real test then is going to be out on the track. What happens then? How often do I get to use that magical 5th gear? And have I compromised the car in any way by changing the clutch setup and the first gear setup? So time will tell, of course. I've got to learn to drive the car again. It is very different with slightly different gear ratios. So first things first, going to find a track day, put the car through its paces, and see what happens with the new gearbox setup. Lots to look forward to then, and also the car will still be in the garage for a bit longer, as there's a few more modifications I want to make before we start proper this year. So plenty of things to do. So as always, hope you've enjoyed the series on the 5-speed Type 9 gearbox change. Hopefully that's been of use if you're considering a change like that yourself. And until the next time then, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all your comments, and see you again soon.